Well, I knew when I read the script, when I read those scenes, that I was jumping into that painful world where a mother needs to give up her son and make sure that he will survive, hoping he will survive, because she doesn't really know if he will, you know. So I knew it's going to be dramatic, and dramatic for actors and is fun. It's a good thing, you know. You want to sink your teeth into something. So I was kind of in love with the way it was done, from birth to sending him away. There's like no breathing, you know. But I also thought it was interesting because the period with which Man of Steel was created was between two great wars. And so I kept thinking when I was on set about ladies, women who had kids and had to send their kids away to ensure that they'll survive. And that kept coming into my mind. And it wasn't something I came into that world with. I thought about Superman, fantasy. I thought about my own world. How would it feel? I didn't think about that. But it kept coming in, and I felt like I was connecting to some subconscious line with the creators in some ways, because I think that's where they came from. The immigrant trying to assimilate into this world. Yeah. He was my only partner, really. I mean, Michael too, but mostly him. And I really enjoyed working with him because he's a real actor. You know, he's not a superstar in that sense. He comes to work with his glasses and the pages, and suddenly, you know, you see the working actor, and then suddenly he's transformed into something else. And it's really beautiful, and he has this really incredible voice that makes a big difference when you actually play with him. There's something smooth. It goes into you and does something to you. And he was really pleasant and very sweet. I think it's kind of awesome. I don't think nobody's seen Krypton to that extent, and I love what they've done with the environment and the outfits and the whole creation of the world is interesting to me and fantastic, you know, and fits the world we live in, because we want to see more of that. I think we're kind of used now as an audience. I'm thinking, oh, I like fantasy. I like seeing that. I like the 3D aspect of it. It's fun, you know. So I think people are going to be excited by that. Massive. It was like diving into a whale. I kept thinking, oh, I'm inside a whale's body. It was like rounded and bony and echoey and brown. And there was literally almost no green screen for me. So it was so, you know, it was just there. You were there. And the clothing were heavy and thick. And the hair was big and thick. It was just heavy, and it was really well connected to the idea that I had that Krypton is a dying place where people had no choice, and kind of connected to David Goyer's idea that a person has a choice in this world to become the best person he can become. And in Krypton, you didn't have that choice, so I kind of like that heaviness and the brownness to this whole thing. I loved him because I love people who are creative and fun to work with. He's There's always a sense of fun to whatever, and the scenes we had were tough and heavy, but somehow with him it was easy, and I kept looking at his black notebook where he had all the drawings, and that kind of helped me see where he's headed with the ideas, because there were a bunch of things that I kind of thought, oh, how is that going to work? And I kept going to looking and thinking, oh, that's how it is. It's just really fun to work with him.